So you try to avoid any situational anything?
Yeah, so here's the funny thing. Like, for example, most people are like, oh, I'm looking at the golf ball and I'm focused on hitting the golf ball. I don't even see the golf ball when I hit the shot. I'm literally feeling what my body's doing and just repeating that feeling every time. So peripherally, I still see it, but I don't.
But you're not really
I'm not intent on focusing on it. You know, I grew up hitting golf balls with my eyes closed for quite a while, just trying to ingrain motion. Keep repeating motion and motion and motion. That's all I focused on. And it paid huge dividends because I was able to go inside whenever I got nervous and focus on executing the motion and not worrying about the situation, you know?
I have no idea how to use this thing. There's some kind of arm lock thing that he does, kind of leans it forward. I don't know. We're not even, this is all you're probably going to see of Bryson's putter today. And I don't know. That's enough of me. The good news, we've got Bryson DeChambeau warming up right now. Next up on the tee, Mr. Bryson DeChambeau. Thanks for being here.
Glad to be here, my man. Always good to see you.
Good seeing you. What you got a bunch of clubs in here. Only some of them have numbers on them. I'm hoping that you're going to walk us through. You know, it's Sunday of a major championship, and you're warming up before your round.
Yeah.
Just take us through a little bit of your mindset and your process, and let's see where we get.
So, first off,
what have you done until now in your day?
What do you mean?
Like, all right, it's major championship Sunday. You've made it to the driving range.
I woke up.
Yeah.
I really don't do much before a round.
You don't?
I don't do any like working out or anything like that. I work out after I play.
Okay.
So every time I finish off a round, I'll go work out later, like 6, 7 o'clock. If 2 times later than that, then I'll go work out whenever I have to. But it's never, I just do active motion. So essentially I'm warming up my body as I go on. So like I'll start out with little chip shots and then gradually increase.
Yeah, hit us a couple of those.
Yeah. So the divot warlords are gonna go after me if I just put one right next to it.
Yeah, yeah. No judgment here.
Thanks.
And are you thinking about anything at this point, or just kind of warming up?
Well, okay, I am thinking about controlling my radius, controlling like the low point. So I'm really focused on ball divot, making sure it's a good strike. So I'm just focused on, how do I say it? On my hands, feeling the ground. Meaning like I'm barely tapping the ground. And so I kind of sense where the bottom of the club is to start off. And that's just to give myself a good sense of how to strike the golf ball for the day. Because sometimes it's different. Like if I'm hitting a flop shot, it's got to be different. If I'm hitting a low shot, it's going to be different. But I just want to get a stock standard 9 to 3 o'clock shot.
And 9 means like hand of a clock?
9 o'clock is essentially my hand and arm.
Yeah.
Being almost parallel to the ground.
Okay.
Sometimes it goes a little farther than that, but
that's the feeling.
Correct.
Okay. And are you thinking about like ball first contact or anything like that, or
yeah,
you just know where the bottom is?
I know where the bottom is, but I usually place it in the back of my stance so I have a better angle of attack down on it.
Okay.
And I really feel, I just try and be loose. I don't try and be tense. I don't try and do anything like that. Probably 4 or 5 balls like that, and then I'll start going a little bit farther back. Take it back to 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is hands at shoulder height.
Okay.
So I'll warm up the clock system for me.
And 10 o'clock, is that going to be like a 75% shot?
You could say that.
Loosely speaking?
You could say that, yeah. It's pretty close to that. And then I'll go to 10:30, and then I'll go full. But I rarely hit a full shot with a 60 degree because I don't have that very often.
And how about like emotionally, where are you at? Are you nervous? Are you intense? Are you like locked in at this point? Or
oh, it's not, if I'm hitting it bad, I'll be nervous.
Yeah.
If I'm hitting it good, it's just super focused.
Yeah.
That's all it is. This is really tight lies right here.
Yeah,
I like it.
Tight lies. You want me to move your bag a little bit?
No, we're good.
That was pure though.
Yeah, clean. Clean.
And when you are, when you're not hitting it well, what's going on?
I go back to the basics. Super simple. Ball divot, and then make sure that my placement where I'm standing is good. So like if I'm hitting it thin or chunking it, well, if I'm hitting it thin, I'll usually move it up in my stance a little bit. If I'm chunking it, I'll move it back in my stance just a little bit. Very simple, nothing crazy. I don't try to overcomplicate things, which is pretty unique for me.
I was gonna say, you said it, not me.
So you get to that point, then I'll go to a 45 degree.
Okay.
Right there, which normally flies about 160 yards.
And a 45 degree, like,
it's a pitching wedge. Like,
yeah.
It's most
Do you
people's
think of that as
wedge.
a pitching wedge?
No,
or?
no. So I think of it as a 45 degree, whatever that is.
Yep.
It flies 160 with 10,000 spin.
Okay.
So my pitching wedge is 9,000 spin, which for most people that's a 9-iron. But because of the speed that I produce,
yeah,
I usually spin it more. So I want to have less spin because of how high and how much spin I'm going to have. So everything is
what degree is your
de-lofted.
pitching wedge?
It's 40.
Yeah.
It's super de-lofted.
Right.
So, and you know, people are like, oh, he's just loft jacking. Okay, if I had a 45 degree pitching wedge, I'd be spinning it and it'd be going 160 feet in the air. I can't control that.
You get the commenters all mad with your lofts.
I know, they go, what the heck? So this should go about 160.
How much do you vary your ball flights?
I try not to.
Yeah.
I want to be a master of one. You know, there's so much, field, I guess you could say, or turf or grass out there that I can pretty much hit the same shot over and over and over again and just be consistent with that. Yeah. And as long as I've got one shot shape that I can always rely on, it's like Tiger. Back in the day, always talked about having his C shot, right? His A, B, C shot. And if things are really hitting the fan, he's got that stinger he could always rely on. It's just about having a shot that you're really comfortable with, and it's super true.
And so for you, that's hitting a little draw.
Yeah.
How much does it draw? Do you know how big the curve is? How significant it is?
It's
depending
probably
on the
around 10 to 12 yards.
Okay.
And it goes up on driver.
Yeah.
Wedge is like probably 4 to 5 yards.
Okay.
8-iron, 7-iron's like 10 to 12 yards, and the driver's like 20 yards.
Have you messed with that over the years?
No, I've tried to keep it the same.
Yeah.
And it's really just a sense of how much it's curving in the air based on the height and the speed that it's going at. So like this will be, 5 to 7 yards.
Checks out. Visual.
About that. I mean, yeah, it's like 6, 7
Visual
yards.
launch monitor. Passes the test.
Right. I'm not worried about it too much.
Yeah.
I'll go 9-iron.
Beauty.
7-iron.
How far does this fly?
9-iron. It flies. How far do you think it flies?
Geez. A 9-iron for you is going to go like 184?
Close, 190.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so I can just it's pretty stupid. Again, it's a 8-iron, 7-iron. You would call it an 8-iron, 7-iron, but for me it is a 9-iron. That's called the chunk.
I got a little bit of that one.
Did you feel that? You get it in the mouth?
What's your most common miss?
A chunk.
A chunk.
Yeah.
Here, let me give you a little more space to work with.
No, you're good. Thin. We get warmed up.
That's the whole point here, yeah. All right, so what gets you stressing? If it does that sort of thing? If you hit a couple thick, if you hit a couple thin?
No, what gets me stressed is the improper curvature. If I'm thinning it or chunking it, I'm okay with it. If it starts curving too much one way, that's when I get really stressed.
Yep.
That's where you'll see me hit golf balls for quite a while.
And then you go back to basics. Yeah.
Then you have to go back to, exactly. But that's normal. And then if I want to, this is usually when I'll start being a little more aggressive. That's why I'll chunk or thin it, because I'm applying more vertical force.
Yeah, I mean, now I can tell you're really starting to move through it a little bit harder, probably hitting it a little closer to, well, and so, all right, so with 9-iron, how much during the course of a round are you going to hit it 95% versus like 100% versus a little extra versus?
It's usually around 90% the whole time.
Okay.
And there's every once in a while where I got to really step on it.
But
There's a
ideally,
certain
you're just
condition.
going to hit that 90% shot.
Yeah. Well, I'll hit 10 o'clock shot, 10:30 shot,
Yeah.
9 o'clock. I won't ever go
Okay.
9 o'clock. It'll be 10 o'clock, 10:30, and 11 o'clock are full.
Okay.
Is what I really focus
So
on.
11 o'clock feels like full to you.
Yeah, exactly.
How often do you hit balls on a grass range?
All the time.
Every day?
Pretty much. I don't like hitting off AstroTurf.
Okay.
It's not good for angle of attack and stuff like that.
All right, you get kind of a false sense of
Of
what's
reality.
happening.
Yeah. Actually, I would love to practice on this every single day because it's the most difficult test of radius control that you can possibly have.
I bet they would let you. You might have to provide your own turf at a certain point, but
I know.
And how often do you play golf?
Never.
Never ever.
Very rare. I'll go out, play 3 holes every once in a while to make sure that nothing's gone crazy awry.
Yeah.
But I focus on being able to repeat motion more consistently than anything else. Just if I can do it again and again and again, have the same shot shape, that's literally all that matters to me.
Yeah. And have you found that, do you think that would be the case, that you'd still be able to perform if you hadn't played so much golf like in the past? Like, do you think that
No.
it is important to play rounds of golf to be good at playing rounds of golf?
You need to play enough rounds of golf where you can go to the reds, go to the blues, go any tee position and shoot it damn good well under par. Blues should be able to shoot on par consistently every time. Reds, you should be shooting close to 60 every time. If you can do that, you know how to strategize around the golf course with any situation that occurs. The reason why I say multiple tee boxes is because you're gonna be hitting driver on some super tight holes.
Yeah.
You're gonna be having wedges into par 3s. You're gonna be playing those par 5s like a par 4. And then you go back to the blues, you're gonna have long par 3s. You're gonna have difficult par 4s and par 5s you can still reach, so they're the easier holes. You really want to mix and match at first, and then over the course of time when you get good enough and you play enough tournament golf, you're comfortable under pressure, man, practice and you just repeating motion more than someone else is really the key answer to getting better from my experience. Could be
Interesting.
completely wrong. Everybody's different. Everybody's different, obviously. But that's my formula for success. And I like it. It's fun. Compared to wasting 4 hours of my day and shooting a 65 and go, oh, what does it mean? Nothing.
Yeah.
You know, that's why most people gamble. I'm not a gambler. I don't like gambling.
Yeah, I mean, I totally see your point, but it is pretty drastically different from the way a lot of your peers go about it.
I know, it's wild. Because I think they like trying to shoot the lowest score. And
Yeah.
my thought process is like, the lowest score is gonna come about by the most consistent and repeatable shots. And you making the right decision, obviously. But if I can do that shot again and again and again and again, more often than other players,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna do better than other players.
How have you found that changes based on situation? Like in Major Championship Sunday, or in contention versus not, or if you're
so
feeling a little funky that day? Or...
Adrenaline and knowing your shot dispersion. That's why I practice so much, is to actually know the shot dispersion, how much I'm missing it right and how much I'm missing it left. So I can go out there and go, okay, I'm comfortable. I know if I aim here, I'm gonna still be on the green.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna still be in this area, you know? That's kind of my thought process behind it.
I mean, that looks pretty good. Are you getting out of this what you're trying to get out of it? You're making the contact that you want to be making here?
The contact's great. I'm not worried about the contact anymore. It's now just curvature, so I'm not gonna try and swing this super far inside out, hit it off the toe. Just like that. So I start then messing around with different parts of the face for me.
So that's turning a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. So I start trying to like hit it on different parts of the face to calibrate my brain of where the whole club is, which is crazy. People are like, what are you talking about?
Right.
I'm like, dude, I just want to know.
But you're not really trying to like, I mean, how often do you screw around when you're practicing? Like, oh, hit a bigger hook, hit a smaller hook, hit a...
I'll do it every single day.
Because you will. Because even though you're trying to groove that one shot.
It's a couple shots,
Okay.
and then I go back to what I'm doing good.
Got it.
because I want to know the parameters.
Yeah.
If I know what the toe is, a little bit of heel, center, my brain gets calibrated to what it needs to do. For example, like if I super toe this, that's what a super toe will do.
Ugh.
So yeah, it's terrible. So
Didn't
that's
like the way it sounded.
Well, I think the golf ball
Still flew okay.
I think the golf ball was a little crap.
Yeah.
Let me see if another toe one. I'm talking like here, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not talking here. I'm talking here.
I'm stepping back.
Yeah, that's a super toe.
Yeah.
So I know that even if I miss the golf ball, that ball is still going straight. Because all I care about is where that ball is going. I don't necessarily care about the strike. So then I'll go a little heel. Still make the same motion, an inside out draw. That's a heel ball.
Right.
And then I'll just hit a normal.
And that just kind of floats out to the right.
Yep.
And that's what happens if you gill it.
Got it. So I just kind of know what's going on.
So now you know that that's basically your dispersion of like, okay, if I hit it way on the heel, then it's going to float out to the right.
For me.
For you.
Yes.
Yeah. Not for me.
Well, but everybody's got to experience their own. Everybody's got to experience it on their own. So now we go to the 5-wood. And that's about the time I'll do that. I'll run the forehand. Now I'll go to the 5-wood.
Might have to aim left so you
I'm
don't
gonna
bring
aim
hell
left.
on these people, but
Yeah, I'm gonna aim left. Here, we'll go with the goal post.
okay.
I'll start it out to the right and I'll come back. Woo! That's pulled.
I think you're just inside the left upright there.
Yeah, it's all good. There we go.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And I'll just start getting some more speed off of this. So, a couple more. Deep breaths, it's important. Start applying some speed. A little thin.
A little thin, but still right on your line.
That's fine. And that's all I care about is I'm more scared of the one that went left than I am of thinning it or doing anything else, even chunking it.
How far does this fly?
285.
5-wood can fly 285.
Yeah. Yep, 3-wood, 210, or no,
Yeah.
310, excuse me.
How much does that number change based on conditions, temperature?
Oh, a lot. Yeah, I could change up to 5% different either way. So I'm talking like 10, 12 yards, you know.
And that's even without wind.
Mm-hmm.
God, that is smoked.
That's better.
What's the favorite shot you've ever hit in your life? Single golf shot.
What's funny is there's two things I could talk about. The 16th hole at the US Open final round, where I piped driver over the corner and Matthew laid up over the right in the rough and made double or something like that, and I made par to have a 6-shot lead, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite moments. And then making the 40-footer on the last hole at Greenbrier to shoot 58. I mean, greatest golf round moment in my entire career, probably. But for the situation, it was definitely the US Open.
US Open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hit driver, I'll hit it over to the left, I'll hit a couple.
Okay.
And by this,
Perfect.
I don't even hit 3-wood because I'm not going to get into it.
Okay.
It's
Have you not been hitting many 3-woods?
I've been playing with 13 clubs since Greenbrier
Why?
because that 3-wood overcurves for me.
Okay. So you just are like, let's just take
This
it
one.
out. You don't gain anything from.
There's very
Having another club
rarely
in
a
there.
situation where it actually helps.
Okay. Interesting. What's everything you're thinking as you step up to hit a driver? Full thought process. Start to
I
finish.
feel the pressure in my hands and
Okay.
how I'm aligning the face, and then I swing hard.
What's that you're doing? That's just you
It's
feeling
how
the-
I'm moving the club in space, and what I'm feeling in my wrist conditions, how I'm setting up my wrists that allow it to be repeatable.
How hard are you gripping the club?
Scale of 1 to 10, probably around a 7.5 to 8.
Okay.
I'm not death gripping it. I wouldn't be able to move, and then I don't want to swing. I don't want to have a pressure level of about 5. If it's pressure level of 5, I mean, the club will go whew, right down the fairway.
Yeah. And then where are you speed-wise from your peak? Like, are you still at your peak right now? Or?
No. I've gone down a little bit. I haven't speed trained too much. I'm going to speed train a little bit going into the season, but I hope to have around 195 ball speed starting the season. That's kind of my goal. Yeah.
All right, I've iced you enough here.
You're good.
Oh yeah.
Yep, there we go.
So what do you think? What's your visual launch monitor? How fast was that?
Oh, well, if I'm swinging it, it's probably like 85 right there.
Yep.
With a good golf ball. I mean, that ball is probably like 170.
Yeah.
But normally that's a swing that feels like it would go 185. And then I'll give you like a 190. Maybe I can do it on the second swing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would be like a 90.
How's your health? How's your body?
The best it's been in my whole professional career.
Really?
So, yeah, my HSCRP is down to 1.2, which is really good.
What's that?
It's a measure of cardiac, health, so just your heart health. And I had, at my peak of my bulking career, I was 3 times the risk of a heart attack. So I had a level of like 6.7 on the HSCRP. Good. Nah, and I experienced it, and you know, I learned that extremes don't always pan out the way they should.
Do you have regrets about that, or do
No.
you feel like it was a learning experience?
Here's the thing. Everybody talks about regrets, and I struggle with people having regrets in life, because those regrets are the things you think you're going to regret are the things that made you the person you are today. And if you regret them, you're focused emotionally on that rather than what you've learned from it. I think that's the thing I struggle with when people say, I regret this, I regret that. It's like, wait a second, did you learn from it? And if you didn't learn from it, then yeah, sure, you can regret it. But if you've learned from the regretful moment, that is so valuable to your life. I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah.
You know, if people struggle to look at it that way, I would encourage someone to try to learn from those regretful moments. And I think you'll be a better person because of it. So I don't regret much. What I do know is that I've learned from a lot of my mistakes. So, and that was a mistake, you know?
You're like a really bad tattoo. I think you could regret that.
No regrets.
That's what it made me think of.
Oh, that's nice. I love that. Starts out to the right, comes back.
You like when it has a little extra swoop to it? Is that particularly satisfying to you?
But it started out farther right, so it's still going in the fairway.
It's coming back to the same exact
and that's
spot.
because I hit it farther on the toe.
It makes me, did you ever go bowling? That's what it makes me think of.
Oh, yeah?
The really good bowlers seem to like start it down the right side and then it hooks in towards the middle.
Yeah, that's one way to think about it. And yes, for me, I try to hit a draw, so if it does start out farther right, I would like it to come back. If it starts farther right and goes right, that's not a good sign for golf. So yeah, I'll just keep hitting some golf balls, and then I'll go back to a wedge shot or something like that, and I'll be ready to go.
All right, so when you're done with driver, let's have you hit one more so you finish on a
good note,
on a make here.
A little pull.
And then we'll see where you go next.
I'll hit one hard for y'all.
Hell yeah.
I will hit one hard just to warm up, just for fun. Yeah, that's nice.
Woo!
That's a good ball.
When you're at home, how often do you practice by yourself versus with other people?
Oh, it's all the time by myself.
It is.
Yeah, I don't really practice much with others, because unless it's like a buddy of mine and he's a long driver and we're just in driver for fun. But other than that, no, not really. I'll go to a 9-iron.
Oh,
that was actually pretty sick.
You can try that a lot. Well, all right, so then what are you feeling now? Are you gonna like visualize a shot you're gonna hit on the course?
Yep.
Or are you gonna?
I'll look at my foresight and I'll go, okay, I'm gonna try and hit this a certain amount of a certain distance. In this case, I'm gonna just do a 10-30 shot, which should go 175. Yeah, that would be about a 175 shot.
Nice.
So then I'm hitting different shots, getting ready for course play. And after that's done, it's game time.
How are you managing your nerves, your adrenaline, anything, your blood sugar? Like, where are your levels at right now at this point before a round?
Usually I'm so focused at the task at hand, I don't even worry about the golf course. Like, my heart rate's elevated from hitting golf shots.
Yeah.
And I'm just focused on executing. I don't even worry about the course. And then I go out and I literally, as cliche as this is, take it one shot at a time and I execute every shot to the best of my ability. That's it. I don't even think I'm playing a golf course, so it doesn't really matter where I am. It's just about executing the next best shot.
So you try to avoid any situational anything?
Yeah, so here's the funny thing. Like, for example, most people are like, oh, I'm looking at the golf ball and I'm focused on hitting the golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even see the golf ball when I hit the shot. I'm literally feeling what my body's doing and just repeating that feeling every time. So peripherally, I still see it, but I don't.
But you're not really
I'm not
looking
intent on focusing on it. You know, I grew up hitting golf balls with my eyes closed for quite a while, just trying to ingrain motion. Keep repeating motion and motion and motion. That's all I focused on. And it paid huge dividends because I was able to go inside whenever I got nervous and focus on executing the motion and not worrying about the situation. You know,
I was playing a match against a buddy in college, and right before I hit, he said, all right, what part of the golf ball do you look at when you're hitting?
I've
really,
how do you breathe when you're hitting a shot?
Yeah,
right?
Do you breathe in or out right before you hit?
Exactly.
Like, oh, what's your answer, by the way?
It is actually more of, I'm neutral. So, you know me.
Yeah.
I got to go figure stuff out, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah. You thought about this, I'm sure.
I've been like, I tried to go to both sides of the coin.
Right.
And what I found, it's in the middle of my down breath.
So you're swinging as you're going out?
No, so it's, I hold the breath. I actually hold my breath.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's more of a, and it's halfway down.
But you still have a little in there.
It's not all the way down.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't think about it. It just naturally happens.
Yeah.
And even when I do think about it, it doesn't affect me because that's the right position to be in, or the right breath point to be in. But no, it's screwed me up a couple times. I've been like, how do I actually do that?
All right, let's see another one here.
All right. Is that good?
Hang on a minute.
Just messed with you. Here, I'll top it perfectly.
All right. Yeah.
There you go.
How often you break that one out?
Oh, all the time.
Sorry, I gotta stop throwing balls at you here.
No, you're good.
What's your dream season this year?
A dream season would be win every major.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, right? But
weak question. Yeah.
Give me a better scenario. What would be
what would be a satisfactory season for you?
Winning a major and winning multiple times on live. That would be A+ scenario. B scenario would probably be either winning a major and no live events, or winning 3 or 4 live events and no major. And then C would be like winning once on live.
What's your favorite part of golf?
My favorite part of golf, I would say waking up every day and it's a new journey for me. It's a new opportunity. It's a new day to try and get better. There's never any point where, unless you're Tiger 2000, where you're like, I got it. It's always what can I do to be better? That's why I love golf.
Yeah.
It's the pursuit of perfection. Well, knowing we can't achieve perfection, we'll achieve excellence along the way. Vince Lombardi quote, by the way. It's a big quote of mine.
Is that always like a positive mindset of like, all right, I'm excited to go get this day,
Sometimes
versus like, oh God, I've got to, I suck.
For the past 3 years, it's been the opposite.
Really?
Oh, I got to go work at this because I have no idea what's going on. But then ever since I put in that driver, it's been like, all right, I want to go work on it. I'm excited, you know, and it's crazy how much equipment can really make a difference in your game. But it's going to come down to you at the end of the day of digging it out of the dirt. Ben Hogan.
Listen, you slipping in these
just little
motivational quotes. All right, let's finish this thing off. What are the final couple clubs that you'll hit? You've got 9 iron there.
Yeah, it'll be 9 iron, and then whatever shot I'm hitting off of the tee box.
Yeah.
And at Live, we're shotgun, so we hit off a par 3 sometimes,
or
a driver or 5 wood. So I'll go with whatever that club is that I'm starting on. That hole that I'm starting on.
Got it. And you'll try to visualize that. All right.
And I'll execute it. And I'll execute that.
All right. We're playing a shotgun start, and we're teeing off on the 16th hole at Augusta. The Masters has really instituted a change this year. Let's hit that shot. It's what is that, like 1
Back left flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 174 or something. What
It's
is
like,
that
yeah,
yardage?
it's probably like 174, 75, something like that. So it depends on the wind. If it's into the wind, I'll play a just under 1030 8 iron. So I'd go with an 8 iron.
Yep.
And I'd go, let me go through it. So the white or the yellow flag.
Yep.
Is the flag. The water is the palm tree, and I got to land this where the red bushes are.
Okay.
And let it feed over to the
it's
left.
Gonna feed over.
Yep. Now the pressure's on. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's a little
Little left. That's too straight.
You might be hitting the tiger chip.
Yeah, maybe the tiger chip. Maybe in the bunker. But I hit that good.
Will
I had
you
the shot shape.
If you don't hit it exactly how you want, will you like make sure you hit it
Yes.
perfect before you
So,
leave the range?
I'll go do it again and then go, all right. There we go.
That's the one.
That's exactly what I wanted.
kick-in
And now
territory.
I'm walking to the tour.
Yeah.
To the tour. Why did I just say the tour? I'm
You're
walking to
thinking
the tee
about
box.
it. Bryson, thanks for warming up with us.
Appreciate it, brother.